And welcome to another edition of the Big Knick Energy podcast. Check out our sponsor, Empire Original Designs at jointheempire.com, the East Coast #1 challenge coin manufacturer, the home of challenge coins, lapels, pins, patches, keychains, bottle openers, and more. Mention our podcast, Big Knick Energy, via email for 5% off purchases. Once again, that's at jointheempire.com. We also have a new affiliate with us, not technically a sponsor, but Prize Picks. Use them to do all your gambling needs now. They give 10x to winners. What you do is you pick the over-unders for 5 different players in the same game. Multiple games. You can actually go over multiple sports. They give a bunch of options. You want to go over on Julius's points. You want to go over on like a goal, goals in soccer or hockey. You can do runs in baseball. They let you pick everything, man. We got 5 things going on today, Burt. I'm going to run them to you real quick for Prize Picks. Also, promo code is BKE. Luka Doncic, over under 24.5 points.
Over.
We got Julius Randle, over under 19.5 points.
Oh, that's a hard one. Over.
It's over, man. It's on NBA. It's on ESPN tonight. Julius Randle on national broadcast, 30
Yeah, we
points.
got that.
Julius Randle on MSG, 2 points. Jalen Brunson, over under 15.5 points.
Under.
I'm going over. We got a disagreement. We got RJ Barrett, over under 17.5 points.
Over.
We're banking in more threes, baby. And Maxi Kleber, over under 8.5 points.
Oh, that's easy. Over.
You know why it's over? We're Knicks fans, and we know we can't cover a 5 that shoots threes.
100%. That's exactly
Again,
right.
go on Prize Picks, download that shit. First-time users, BKE. There's a code. Gives you double the payout. You put in $5, it's actually a $10 win. If you get 4 right, if you get 5 players right, it's 10 extra money no matter what you put in. Do that shit.
Love it.
Burt. I'm your host, Joe Yoke, the Bald Kid Wonder.
That's
the best mustache in the game.
Hey.
General Commander Burt. BCB. GCB. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. Thank you.
Fantabulous. Yes. I haven't done this in a couple weeks. Can you tell?
Hey, it's okay. It's all right. Get the rust off, right? Unique New York.
Re mi fa sol.
What's up, man? Right. You been watching the games? What you doing?
I've been doing everything, man. Fantasy football's over. I got first, second, and second in my 3 leagues.
Congratulations.
Will Vindot, Twitch Vin, find Twitch at Vindot. Will he give me my money? Who the fuck knows?
Who knows?
My Bitcoin. I want my Bitcoin. I won first place. It's not my fault you hate me.
Don't bank on it. Right. Don't bank on it.
Don't bank on it. I'm banking on that less Bitcoin, less I'm banking on the bank's Bitcoin. Burt, we're 20-21 right now. We have the same record as we did this point last year. How do you feel about this team so far?
Thumbs up, baby. Thumbs up. That's what I like. Like, hey, I can't complain. I got really, really few complaints right now. So I'm just happy to watch Knicks basketball. We got a game tonight. It's feeling good.
Me too, man. We're playing the New York Knicks.
Again, yes. The B side of the New York Knicks. So
the New York
you
Knicks
can see all
versus,
your favorite, your favorite bench players. So
yeah, it's the New York. Now Tim Hardaway was a starter on our team.
Stop.
It's the New York Knicks versus the Luka Doncic Knicks.
Yeah, right. So we'll see, man. I forgot they have Tim Hardaway. I completely forgot. I'm like, Reggie Bullock, Frank Ntilikina. But I forgot they have Tim Hardaway.
Can I your heart real quick, boys, before you forget about it?
What?
Theo Pinson is a Maverick.
Stop.
Oh, man.
Who cares?
The only way I'll actually care about that, I'm going to pull a brother on you, Vin. I'm going to pretend to be your brother for a second and say I don't care about cheerleaders unless they're female, which isn't true. I support all cheerleaders. Unless Theo Pinson is actually cheering when RJ or Randall make a 3 tonight or quickly, I'm not going to really care. He's on the other sideline,
Wrong jersey. I agree.
Yeah, I'm sure that dude is cheering for the team that pays him.
Exactly.
No matter who it is.
Yeah, everybody's like, he was the glue or whatever. That's the same people saying Mike Woodson is the reason we don't have a good offense anymore because he left or whatever. I'm like, stop. Just stop.
Mike Woodson was seen as a defensive head coach?
He was a nothing to me, bro. He was all right with the players. He ran standard plays. He was just a regular guy.
Your hair is too nice that you would be able to say that. I can never say a bald man's a nothing to me.
Oh. That's your own bias, though, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. He was all right. I mean, he was right up there with, like, Jeff Hornacek, Like, he came in, kind of did his job, and now he's gone.
What's the led us to the playoffs before we got D'Antoni? We had a 50-win team
Yeah.
under Woodson, or like 48 wins one year under Woodson. He was way better than Hornacek or Fizdale or anything was for us.
Oh, I mean, like as far as like actually being like getting success, sure, yeah. No, Jeff Hornacek was terrible. I just mean like he just didn't really stand out to me. You know what I mean? Like just came in, did his job, and moved on. Like wasn't doing anything revolutionary. What I see with like Thibodeau or what I see with D'Antoni, like those are two opposites, right? Of the same coin. Like D'Antoni's that extreme offense and Thibodeau's that extreme defense. So that's what I mean. Like Woods is just kind of in the middle to me. Doesn't really stand out.
What's funny is they both have extremely opposite viewpoints on what they specialize in for the game of basketball and coaching, but they both have the same exact viewpoint when it comes to how long the rotation is or how fast they want to pull young players.
It's true.
If you're a young player and you're not a point guard, D'Antoni is like, you missed a three, get the fuck out of here. If you're a young player and you're not a center, Thibodeau's like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, pretty much.
Burt, last game we beat San Antonio at home, 111-96. RJ Barrett notably went for over 30 again, 32. 4-0 in games he goes over 30. How'd you like his performance?
RJ was nuts, man. RJ was great. Like, and the thing is, what he's doing now is what we've been asking him to improve on. So he's not just catching and shooting, he's shooting off the dribble. He's not just bullying his way in for a layup. He had that really nice little stop, spin, and fade away on the inside right after getting blocked by Williams. I mean, that's
adding finesse to his game.
Exactly. Finesse, shooting off the dribble. These are the steps that you want your all-star to take. And I'm saying all-star, really. Like, he's getting to that point where, because he's still a young guy. He just turned 21, right?
He is still the youngest person in our rotation. I think McBride is younger than him, but McBride's not really in the rotation. He's the youngest of the 12 players we play.
So listen, I mean, that's a good sign to me. And everybody's been asking, where is RJ? Where is RJ? And he's been showing up. I don't know what was said in that timeout. It was like 4 or 5 games ago now, maybe 6. But it was when Randle was out and RJ was carrying the load and he came in the third quarter real flat. Thibodeau calls a timeout. And ever since that timeout, he's been balling out of control. And I don't know, man. People want to say Randle needs to step up too, but it's like, you only need one guy to score 30, really. We just need everybody else to play defense and score when the opportunity comes up. So I don't really get it. People after the win are talking about Randle, Thibodeau, and Obi instead of talking about RJ and IQ, all the positives. It's weird to me.
You can't trust New Yorkers, man. Even on good days, they look for bad news. You know that.
Yeah, that's true. And it gets tiring, bro.
We're sad people. Can I just real quick go over, because we're 6-3 in the last 9 games, which is a better run than we've had for most of the season.
Okay.
By the way, like I said, we're 20-21, same record as we were last year, which means now we're going to go 21-10 to get to 41-31, obviously.
That's exactly right. Right.
Because history repeats itself constantly.
Yeah.
So these are Randle's numbers, just points, the past 9 games. He went 20.
Give me the percentage too.
Because I'm looking at Yahoo Sports, so I have to scroll through real quick.
Okay.
25 points, win against Atlanta, 9 of 15 from the field, 6 of 9 from 3. Notably, pay attention to free throws if I'm going to do it like this. 1 of 4 from the line.
Yeah.
So we're at 25% right now.
Terrible.
Against Minnesota, a win, 13 points, 5 of 20 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3, 2 of 3 from the line. So from the line now, we're 3 of 7. And that actually moved to go up from the 1 of 4. Julius Randle, a win against Detroit. 2 of 11 from the field, 5 points. 0 for 3 from 3, 1 of 1 from the line. We're 4 for 8 now, right? That's how math works. We lost against OKC, which was the game that he actually missed. It's when Barrett started going off, but unfortunately it was a loss. What's weird is that you'll notice that Randle doesn't play. He's still the catalyst to our team. I don't know anyone online that says this dude only scored 5 or 2 points in the game. He didn't do shit. This man dominated the boards for us last game. Didn't play, though, against OKC, and they lost without him scoring regardless. Against Toronto, also a loss. Didn't play that game either. He missed 2 games. That's right. There we go. Back against Indy. 30-point game. It's like he was rested or something. It was so weird.
Oh, wow. Who would have guessed?
Yeah, 12 of 20 from the field, 2 of 7 from 3, 4 of 6 from the line. We're now 8 of 12 We're up to 75%. Let's ruin it, though. Let's go back down on the here we go. 22 points, 8 of 20 from the field. The win against Boston, 2 of 8 from 3. Fournier went for 41. Barrett banked in the game-winning 3, which really shot of the year, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
3 of 4 from the line. And then the loss against Boston. Didn't shoot a free throw. 6 for 19, 1 for 8. I'm not going to – all right, so there's one more game.
6 for 19.
But what do you keep hearing happen? 1 of 7 from the field last game, over 3 from 3. This man, without me actually doing the numbers and adding it all up, I guarantee you he's shooting less than 35% from the field and less than 30% from 3. And approximately 65 to 70% from the line.
The only caveat I have in there is that he often has to save the shot clock. And he will be the guy to save the shot clock, where you only have 3 seconds left and we didn't make anything happen, and he's just going to heave one up. So
do you think he has to do that, or do you think he and or Thibodeau or the offense set themselves up to do that? Because they still play with the slowest pace in the league, which means you kind of almost purposely let the clock run down.
Yeah, I mean, we have a slow pace. It depends on the situation. So when I see IQ with the ball, they try to run a set play, and then if that works, great. If it doesn't, sometimes he'll kick it out to Burks, and then Burks will dribble for 10 seconds. And then if he gets nothing, then it goes to Randle, right? And it's not – so, yeah, I mean, it's the team just missing the play, or, you got to give some to the defense too. Sometimes the defense is just going to play you tighter. So I was surprised, though, with that Indiana stat line, especially with if he's playing bad in Minnesota, who's covering him in Minnesota versus who's covering him
So him and Sabonis can't cover each other.
Right,
Every time we watch Indiana play, Sabonis is like Julius is stronger, Sabonis is craftier. It just they don't cover each other well. They don't play off.
No, it's a good matchup.
It is a good matchup. That's why it's always enjoyable to watch. Wow, I don't know most. I'm not gonna lie, I don't watch Minnesota basketball, so I don't know most.
No, I don't either.
Nathan Knight looks like he would be the dude that's covering him, who is 6'10" and 253. And usually Randle, who doesn't exactly have hops for someone his size.
Who's their small forward?
I think it's they play McDaniels.
Because a lot of it too.
McDaniels is also 6'9". So the two of those dudes are just both bigger and or the same size as Randle, who is known to bully. He doesn't actually get up.
So this is the thing that I see a lot with a bigger player. They'll stop him on the way above the block, and then the guard, a small forward, will come over and try to poke the ball away and harass him. So when he can't bully you, he's dead in the water. So that's kind of
his turnovers
surprising.
get up.
Oh yeah, but they've been even saying his turnovers have been a bit lower this year, I thought. So I don't know.
From usage also being down, it goes hand in hand.
Oh yeah. So I don't know, man. I think he's just not regressing, but he's just playing. He's maybe a little tired. Plus, new teammates, and I'm glad that he can defer to RJ. I'm glad that he can. Not score 45 for us to win. It's I like a team effort, right? I'm happy that our young guys we can spread the workload out. So then it doesn't I'm not so upset with Randle only scoring. I am upset with the inefficiency though. I didn't realize how inefficient he's been over the last few games. So you reading those stats out to me, I was like, not only is he not scoring, he's taking a lot of shots.
He's taking a lot of deep contested twos.
Yeah.
He's missing threes. Randle still does this thing, man, and I know it'll drive you nuts the second I describe it to you. He passes up open threes, does the pump fake. Bro. Remember when Joel Embiid first got in the NBA and he didn't know what his potential was yet, and he would pump fake the three when he's open and then drive into people, or which is fucking worse, he would pump fake the three and then do the dribble thing that Fournier does, or anyone that's smaller and faster can do. And when he shoots the three, he's fucking covered because he's slow. Drives me nuts. It drives me insane. I think.
Did you see that comp someone made of Randle's effort or something? I'm sure you saw it, and it's exactly what you're talking about. Wide open at the 3-point line, but he just goes into that shooting motion. Okay, I got the ball at the 3-point line, head fake, sweep and go, and it's
It's like mentally
we all
programmed in
practice.
his head. It's like you're so going through the motions and not thinking about what you're doing.
100%. That's what it looks like. 100%. Because it's like you're wide open. Why are you going through the motion? Just shoot the ball, please. You're gonna shoot it anyway. It might as well be a 3 that you're open on. So I don't know, we've been seeing this year though. He's a lot more reluctant to shoot the 3. I don't know if it's fatigue. I don't know what it is, and I'm not upset about it when he actually drives and goes for a layup because he's dominant on the inside. Like people really can't stop him when he's trying to get to the rim. Same with RJ. Yeah. But you need that 3 to open up your game and to open up the floor. So that's why he was so dominant last year.
Yeah. I would say 2 things. One, about the shooting. I think there really is something to, and we'll never be able to truly prove it. I mean, they might talk about it down the road when players retire and they talk about playing in the bubble or like playing when there was no fans. Oh, I think it's so much easier for an NBA player or anyone that's really good at basketball to shoot into an open, empty net with no one and nothing distracting you behind you than it is to have hundreds of thousands, well, not hundreds of thousands, but thousands of people behind going, like it takes 1 split second of your eye losing the track of the rim to know where you're shooting at.
Did you see the Suns game in Toronto? I think it was last night, 2 nights ago.
I was watching Memphis Golden State last night. It was last night.
Was that a good game? I didn't watch it.
It was pretty good.
Okay, all right. But
Ja Morant is in fact taking over the league. I do see what's happening. Also, I think they've won 9 in a row now. The Mavericks also have won 6 in a row.
They beat Golden State?
Yeah. They also the Mavericks also have won 6 in a row going into tonight's game. I think.
Wow. Wait. So let me finish this. So Booker was shooting a free throw in Toronto, so there's no fans. Yep. And the Toronto mascot was behind the basket, I guess.
Oh, and he bitched about it. I did see this.
Yes. So I think that gives some credence to what you're saying because there's literally nobody in the gym.
There's one dude and he distracted you.
And enough for you to complain about it. So that's kind of interesting to me, because you're in a different mindset when there is no fans. So, some people deal with it, some people don't. I don't know. Maybe you're right. I definitely could see it.
I forgot what I wanted to make 2 points. It was about that, and then the other one was, if I can remember. I don't know. I want to talk about Evan Fournier, though.
You want to talk about Evan Fournier?
Of course I do, because I haven't been on since he dropped 41 the other day.
Oh, yeah. So
I know I'm going to say the phrase feast of famine over and over and over again.
That's all you're on about, feast or famine all the time.
Yo, dude, he's fucking French J.R. Smith.
It's true. It's true.
J.R. Smith was a way better defender. I think if J.R. Smith came in the league right now, which I can't believe with all the 10-day hardship contracts they've had, no one's reached out to him.
I don't know. You're giving me PTSD because I'm just remembering so often J.R. Smith covering his guy too far on the 3-point line. And when they would drive past our terrible point guard, he would just shoot his hand out. Okay.
I'll rephrase because J.R. Smith has been known to be absent-minded, probably high at games. Who really knows, though? He was a way better on-ball defender. If he was covering the dude.
I'll take that.
Way better. Fournier is a D+ if he's lucky. But when Fournier is on offensively, he's locked in defensively. When he's off offensively, he's like, fuck it, get me out of this game.
Pretty much.
Which is how you become a feast or famine player.
True.
If he just played Boston every game, man, we'd be fine.
We'd be golden. Who said? I think he's averaging 30 points against. Well, this is before
35. 35 points a game.
Because did he? Oh, he didn't play the last game, so
he didn't play the second game.
Amazing, yeah. So 35 points against Boston. What did they say? 11 against the rest of the league.
It's 11.8.
Nuts. That's disgusting. That differential. We thought RJ hated the Pacers. No, man. Fournier hates those Celtics. He's a true New Yorker, man. We hate the Celtics.
You know what sucks? We lost the Magic twice. Why didn't he give a fuck about them?
Maybe he likes them. He's like, I like Orlando.
He was like, they sucked. They got me out of there. Fuck you, Boston.
That was just Cole Anthony sticking it to New York. Oh, that's all that was.
Yeah,
man, that's all that was. It's just Cole Anthony coming home and saying, you know what? Y'all didn't pick me. All right.
I see Twitter.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, have you seen? This doesn't happen to me so often, so I get to use this as an outlet to brag. when that does. Did you see how I roasted Hawks fan TV?
I
And
did
how
a
it's
little
been
bit.
going around.
I didn't see it going around, but I did see it, so it got to me at least. So.
My impressions, it's been seen by 30,000 times. So that's it.
Oh, wow.
That's it. Hit the 100 like mark, which is always a good time.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
I got retweeted and followed by Knicks fan TV,
That's where it's at, man.
which
Making
really
waves.
I made it now. I could just
You made it.
I can retire my
What's that to say?
$50 profit career out of podcasting. I can retire with it now.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Burt,
Huh.
what do you think of the game tonight? We all hate the Mavericks.
That's a big win. That's an easy win. They got no interior defense. They have very, very porous guard defense. So that's going to be easy pickings for us. If we come.
You don't think Dwight Powell or Finney Smith or Maxi Kleber are going to shut us down at all? You know, the Mavericks have like a top 5 defense in the NBA.
I don't care about that. Defensive metrics are, to me, very difficult to actually ascertain value, especially over. It's only been half the season. So if it was the end of the year, I would say sure. But it's halfway through the season. It's not enough sample size for me to really, especially with everybody being out for COVID and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, Kristaps being out, he's averaging 2.5 stocks a game. He has 1.7 blocks and 0.8 steals. So
Porzingis honestly looks a lot better this year. I was surprised. He must did some cardio over the summer or something because he's looking a lot better.
I feel like he's just had enough time to actually recover from his leg injuries. He's
and
like
that's
a tall, lanky dude.
Yeah.
And he just kept trying to rush back because you're supposed to get back faster than a year.
Right.
And he just, maybe the way his body was built, he needed 2 to 3 years for an, like he basically, his body's built like it was the 1970s all over again. He should have taken a year and a half.
I guess. Well, he looks all right now, but he's out again. So who knows? Honestly, who knows? Like
anyone that's out for COVID, I don't really hold it against them. It's not like
Oh, is that it? I didn't see.
Yeah, he's in health and safety.
But Luka's in though, huh? Luka's in, Hardaway Jr. Who else are they starting?
Kleber, Finney Smith.
Okay. I like
probably
Kleber
Dwight
too.
Powell in place of Kristaps.
I like Kleber too. He stretches the floor. So, and like you said, that's why I took the over 8.5 points. That's an easy over. He's
hitting 3 threes tonight.
Honestly. At least. So, and not even for the fact that we're not going to be out on him. It's just he's going to get a switch and have somebody small and just shoot over the top of him. So we'll see. Is Fournier playing? Do we know?
Yeah,
he is.
Yeah,
that's good because honestly, we need his height, and that's the big thing with our shooting guards and our small forwards is that we are just so undersized at the guard that when we have undersized wings as well, we get torched. So I'm hoping we're going to get a fast game tonight, though. I really want to see some fast break points. I mean, did you see that garbage time Sims blocked it, and Toppin got that double clutch reverse?
Yeah, I tweeted about that the other night because the over-under for the game, depending on where you looked at it, was either 212.5 or 213.5. And that pointless basket that they could have just ran the clock out, put it over for both.
Oh.
I didn't bet on the game or anything like that, but it's just like, it's little stuff like that, why gambling is so fucking dumb.
Yeah.
It's
a risk. It's a risk.
It is a risk. And
he could have dribbled it out and called it a day, but we know Toppin's going to dunk that.
He's dunking it, yeah.
It was 20 seconds left in the fourth.
No, he could have ran it out. He's dunking that shit, though.
Yeah, no, they killed it. No, it was beautiful.
Bert, before we go, I have to ask you about a couple people because, everyone's favorite thing is to pretend that we're getting players we'll never get. So are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm
going to throw two names at you.
All right.
First of all, I'm going to give you both names, and you can pick which one you would rather have and why.
Okay.
And then I'll throw some fake trades at you, see if you'd like it or not.
All right.
Jerami Grant or Cam Reddish.
Ooh.
Yeah. Guys that are actually on the trade block.
Ooh, and kind of
play similar players. One's a little younger, one's a little more well formed.
Cam Reddish is smaller though, isn't he? Doesn't he play more like a small forward?
They both really play a small 4,
really?
normal size 3.
Huh.
Jerami Grant for the Pistons last year before they drafted Cade and other shit was basically their really
Randle,
light Julius Randle, yeah.
But I know they were saying that, and when we came in and played him, he got completely shut down. So I was like, maybe not. But no, I do like his play a lot. It's just an interesting because I got to think about are we really going to trade to Atlanta? Like, what are we going to give Atlanta? I don't want to give them anything. So at Detroit, I would be okay giving them things. But
they're both in the same conference, man. I mean,
but
it
if I
doesn't
gotta-
really matter.
ignoring where they're coming from, I think I'd go with Grant just to have the extra offense. Reddish is nice, but he reminds me more of like a spark plug type player who, you know, is going to get a dunk, a layup, whatever, but not the best shooter, maybe not the best.
He doesn't seem like he's creating that much off the dribble.
Right, exactly. So I would get Grant just to have those extra options, and that's why we got Fournier, you know, over Bullock, because he can dribble and hold the ball.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll take Grant.
So now you said Jerami Grant, I'm gonna throw a couple fake trades at you.
Okay, yeah, I did see some of your mock-ups.
Yep, I'm just gonna say them so the podcast can hear.
Yeah.
Jerami Grant and Luka Garza, who I mean was the leading scorer in NCAA basketball last year and won the Player of the Year award.
Right.
Doesn't really look like he belongs in the NBA though. 4, so it's like a throw-in just to kind of like match up players and salaries and shit. 4, Evan Fournier, Luka Samanic, and Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah, so when I saw this, I'm like, yeah, that's great for us. I'm not sure why they would do it. Especially with Grant, I feel like they could get more because you're going to be getting Robinson.
When I made the fake trades, I'm not going to lie to you, there's no way to throw in a pick or anything for the trade machine. This probably involves us giving them like a protected first as well.
Right. Yeah, so for Grant, you want Grant and Garza, you said Robinson, Fournier, and Luka.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and a pick probably. I don't know if I would do it. I don't know. It's because then who are we going to have for center? I mean, then all we have for center is Noel or Taj or Sims.
Most teams don't have 4 centers on their team. And I mean, Mitch is finally showing a little bit.
We don't have 4 centers. Have we ever had 4? Come on. Either Noel's out, Taj is out, Mitch is out. That's what I'm saying. But
when you watch Jericho Sims play basketball, do you not think I would be okay with us not giving Mitchell Robinson $10 million next year? Because that's what I think. I think I'm like, all right, we already signed Noel. We kind of fucked ourselves with that. We shouldn't sign both.
I got a little take on this Jerami. So correct me if I'm wrong.
Jerami
Grant.
I thought you said Jerami like dramatic, and you just changed the drama into Jerami.
You don't think that he's a product of like a mediocre team, and we're just like how Julius was last year? Like, oh, Julius is the man because everyone else is somewhat mediocre at the time. So it's like, okay, let's just take their best player who ends up mediocre on the Knicks, like Fournier.
So the same way I always phrase it to anyone else when they're like, well, how would they? I did this to Andrew. It was like, how would he fit in? What would he play? What would he do? It's like, so if we got Jerami Grant on our team right now without giving up a single player, where does he rank on our team? He's the second best player.
No.
Yeah, I disagree, Joe.
No.
That's like saying Fournier was.
Do you guys want
to be our second best player?
No, Fournier always was bound to be 3rd or 4th.
I don't think it translate like that.
You guys you don't watch Pistons basketball though. You don't see his numbers from last year. He was a dominant force for a team that really.
That goes with what I'm saying. Where like it's a mediocre team, best player, like fantasy. You know how we do? Like there's one great player on every mediocre team.
Jerami Grant shoots better and does everything the same currently as RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett 2 years from now will be way better than Jerami Grant is at any point in his career. As this team is constructed currently and their skill sets where they're at in their careers right now. RJ Barrett has had like 5 30-point games in his career. Jerami Grant's had like 30.
Me personally, I say pass on both. I'm good.
All right. Well, the other trade I had was who actually this includes getting a player who I do kind of like. Trey Lyles is at least like a decent backup power forward in the NBA. He belongs in the NBA versus Luka Garza is literally a throw-in. Jerami Grant and Trey Lyles. And this one wouldn't involve giving them a pick. We actually might get something in return because of one of the players. For Kemba Walker, Kevin Knox, Obi Toppin, and Luka.
Joe, you're out of your mind.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
So which part of it's because there's Obi Toppin in that trade, right? And you guys are just Knicks fans who are very high.
Oh, yeah.
I say open the doors to Julius Randle. Let's get this conversation going.
Stop. We're trying to make the team better, not worse.
Yeah, you don't. unless you are literally tanking, you don't give up your best player just for the sake of him not. Oh my God, he gave the fans thumbs down. We're all sensitive people.
I know we're doing a trade segment, but I'm going to say, like I said on Knicks Fan TV, I'm against any trades this year. Like, let's see what happens.
2 months ago, you were saying.
I know, but then I realized halfway through the season at the same
classic Knicks fans.
Yeah,
trade no one trade everyone until trade no one.
Dude,
classic Knicks fans are, oh my God, our team sucks. We're so young and no one can do anything. But like, also, I like every single young player on our team, and there's not a single bust.
All right.
Joey, that goes back to how we used to say, "Can you beat Golden State with this move? If not, don't do anything."
Dude, I don't agree with that. I'm not gonna lie with you.
It's a non-issue now.
The thing was,
a non-issue.
I'm talking not just Golden State. I mean the whole league. If you can't make a trade to get in that top tier, don't do it.
Dude, I don't fully agree with that.
That's not
I've been a fan now that I've actually like been doing this for a little while, which I feel like kind of doing podcasting and like just seeing the business aspect of it. First of all, we succeed more if the Knicks are better. Like being selfish, us as Big Knick Energy, the brand, do better if the Knicks do better. And also, as a person that cheers for, I'm going to say it again, the Mets, the Jets, and the Knicks, any team that can make the fucking playoffs, I'm all for. Tanking forever just means I'm going to die very sad.
Yeah, sure. I understand that. So then why are we not having the conversation about Sabonis and Miles Turner? Didn't that just
because
come out?
they don't –
because those guys actually would cost too much, and Sabonis and Randle just wouldn't coincide.
So we would never get Sabonis. I don't think that would ever even be in the conversation. I think Turner is, but they would want too much. So
Turner's been in the conversation for us for years, and they've wanted like first-round picks that we didn't want to part with. Also, us as fans, literally, I did this last year too, up until he got hurt for the 45th fucking time. I was like, oh, Mitchell Robinson, I think at his peak, could be better than Miles Turner. Mitchell Robinson can't play 20 games in a row.
Hey, we'll see. A lot more games coming up. So I'm positive.
He's at 9 or 10 right now. So he's halfway there.
10 more. Let's go. But listen, if we do the Jerami Grant trade, which I like. If
Grant is more worthwhile than Cam Reddish. I think we all agree on that.
Yeah. So if we do that, I think my biggest issue is we're weak at center again. Can Sims step up, though? That's something I don't think he's ready for this year. Next year could be a whole different story. I think the coaches would know. I think the front office would know. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that trade. I think it's very realistic. The Cam Reddish one, though, I think is probably more likely because we don't have to shore up our center. We don't have to shore up our power forward either because of Randle there. So if we get Cam Reddish, I mean, all we need is a guy to play defense off the bench for 10 minutes a game, not even. So I think that sounds more likely, and we need that position filled up. I think that sounds more likely is that Cam Reddish one you put out.
Yeah. I didn't actually put out Cam Reddish trade. I just think Cam Reddish, because of his age, would cost more than Jerami Grant. Jerami Grant's he's like 29 and on a team that wants to suck still. And Cam Reddish is just on a team. I actually wish for these trades specifically and all the fake trade talk, I hate the fact that we have Thibodeau as our coach because you can't make hypothetical trades with a small ball lineup in mind.
Right.
Imagine this. Imagine if we did get Grant and we just kept our starting five, right?
Don't even say Randle at center. Don't say Randle at center. Don't say Randle at center. Stop.
Let me do it. Let me just say the line for you right now.
You're crazy.
Emmanuel Quickly, Evan Fournier, RJ Barrett, Jerami Grant, Julius Randle is balling out offensively.
At center. Bro.
This man averages 13 rebounds a game, and outside of the Jokic's and Embiid's of the world, which is only a couple, Karl Anthony Towns now, who is finally stepping up after fucking 7 years of fucking. And yeah, I said fucking, not sucking. I did that purposely. Yeah, dude, what's wrong with playing a center that's 6'9", 6'10"? We literally lost to the Pistons at some point this year, and they play 6'10" all the time.
If you play Randle at center, you're gonna just give Podol from the Spurs a career night. That's all you're doing. It's because Podol is big enough, tall enough, shoots well enough, and he's fast enough that he can go with a small ball lineup. Yeah, Jokic and Embiid is a whole different problem, but the idea is you're not going to face them like that because you're playing small and fast, and they can't put out a big slow guy. That's so. What
do teams do when you play small ball? Right? It's that the center is shorter than everyone else, but every other position is taller. Now I'm going to tell you their heights and wingspans for each guy. Emmanuel Quickly is 6'3" with a 6'7" wingspan.
Dang, RJ
Barrett. 6'7" wingspan. RJ Barrett and Evan Fournier are both 6'8", and they both have 6'10" wingspans. Julius Randle is 6'10" or 6'9", but stocky as fuck with like a 6'9", 6'10" wingspan. But the stocky as fuck makes him bigger.
Yeah, but
Jerami Grant, 6'9", 6'11" wingspan. That's covering a lot of the court. It's not like they're just lobbing in. First of all, Jakob Patel isn't getting lob plays thrown to him. They're not drawing up the offense because the center is smaller. And that's what most of the league is like, dude. I'm sorry. The Golden State thing that Vin just brought up, Golden State won. I know Kevin Durant is one of the best players of all time. Kind of a caveat. But they played a small ball center, as in just a center that can shoot threes. That's really all it means. And if you have guys that can rebound, you're good.
You're comparing this to all-time great shooters. I mean, Klay Thompson and Curry are literally the best shooters that do it. Like, they are the guys. So, yeah, I mean, if we had three-point shooters like that changes everything. That changes everything, but we don't. So,
well, what the issue with small ball is always defense, right? Not offense. You're like worried about getting pounded inside.
But the reason I bring up the three-point shooting is because 3 is greater than 2. So if you give up a layup, it doesn't matter because we're going to hit a 3.
Right.
So they're always playing down. Even if you give up a lot of points in the paint, you're still making three-pointers 9 times out of 10. So you're always going to win.
Can I make I think what we think as Knicks fans a small ball line, because we always think that with our current team, it's that Randle and Obi are playing the 4-5 one way or another.
Right.
Obi Toppin, for as much as we all love him as fans, and he does cool dunks and he improved his offensive game a little bit this year.
Yeah.
He's okay at defense, but he falls asleep
all the time. All the time.
He's
he gets beat
looking
back
for help side blocks, but his guy back cut on him. Like,
yeah. He's really raw still on the defense. That's why I'm not surprised that we don't see that lineup more often. So if we do get Jerami Grant, you move Randle to the 5, hey, that could be a very deadly lineup. I'm not going to discount it. I'm just, I know how the modern NBA is, and it's really hard to play without a guy nearing 7 feet, nearing 250 pounds, 300 pounds, because you're always going to get abused by Giannis. You're always going to get abused by Embiid, by Jokic. So you kind of just have to live with it, right? But hey, if we had that lineup going against the Mavericks tonight, that's an easy win. We would just run them off the court. It wouldn't even be a conversation because of the length.
I want to see how fast I can actually go through this. Boston starting center is Robert Williams, right?
I mean, is he
how tall Robert Williams is?
6'10".
He's fucking 6'8". You want me? I'm gonna keep going to really prove this point of how much it doesn't matter anymore.
Okay, all right, go.
Toronto starting center. Do you know who it is?
Who is it?
It's fucking Pascal Siakam. He's 6'9".
Wow.
Their starting lineup was Van Vliet, Siakam, Anunoby, Scotty Barnes, Gary Trent Jr. The shortest.
Are they winning the championship this year?
I'm just saying these are how many teams don't actually have centers.
Yeah, I know.
How tall do you think Miles Turner is?
I think he's 6'8", isn't he?
No, he's actually 6'11". That was a trick question.
Oh wow, see, he's tall.
OKC, who we lost to. Do you know who their starting center is?
I don't know. Who is it?
All right, it's Isaiah Roby, who's also 6'8". Let's keep going. Detroit, do you know how tall Isaiah Simmons is?
But we don't. This is the thing, though. We don't have a big center, so it's no surprise we lost to them. We don't have
No, I'm just saying that small ball is literally the way of the world. It's like more teams have guys that are 6'9" playing center because they can dribble. Yeah, and
it's getting there. I mean, I'm not saying the trend is wrong or that it wouldn't work. It's just I like to have a big 7-footer. I mean, that's why we had Jerome James, though. So that's maybe not the best way to go about it. I see what you mean.
Dude, who was like the first big name we signed after we got rid of Marbury and Francis?
Big name?
At the time, it was a huge contract. They were like, "Oh, sick! He's coming from Chicago. He's going to be good. He's won blah blah blah." Former high school standout trashed us. The contract trashed us.
Who? I'm drawing a blank.
Eddie Curry.
Oh, Eddie Curry. Yeah.
7 foot. Oh, he's big. He has
I know.
This man just got fucking fat. Like took New York City nightlife.
Oh, hey, leave that out of it. Leave that out of it. Don't slander the man.
He partied. No. He got out of shape and partied. Yeah, I know.
No, he was dealing with some mental stuff. Then he had that shit with his driver and whatever. Yeah, it was not good.
It wasn't the best.
I got something for you, fellas. Just
What?
because, you know,
It better be some Eddie Curry positivity.
we got to holler at our Instagram fans who we did a poll last night, and we asked if they wanted more Westchester Knicks content. So we just got to shout out Deuce McBride for his game last night. Everyone said they want some Westchester content. So last night, Deuce McBride had 39 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 5 steals, and a block. So I don't know if you guys want to get into that, but hell yeah.
Bruh. What is he averaging, though, in G League? Do you have that?
I don't have that stat.
Literally probably averaging, if I was to make up the numbers off the top of my head, he's probably averaging 26, 7, and 5.
Easily. We love it.
That's what it's all about.
He's ready to get minutes in the NBA.
Sims was jumping out of the gym last night. Our young guys look great in Westchester. I know Joey doesn't really consider that as real stats, but we got to give it
No. Hey, it is what it is, though. I mean, a good college player is a good college player. A good G League player is a good G League player. The idea is when you're dominating, when you're supposed to dominate, that's a good sign. That's a sign that, this guy is ready for the NBA. Like, let's go. They're just keeping him warm at G League. So I'm happy that he's doing that. That's a good sign.
Where was the fucking thing I posted? I want to say it just again for anyone because I don't care about G League almost literally at all. Unless a dude is like trying to like never made it and like skips college or some crazy shit, like has a wild story and then made the G League and then all of a sudden he shows up kind of like Jeremy Lin-esque. Do you guys know who was the highest scoring game in G League and how many points it was? I only gave you the name last night.
I wonder if we just talked about this.
I didn't tell you the points though.
No, go ahead.
Without looking it up.
Is it 69 points?
Oh, I wish. Nice.
68 points?
63.
Oh, that's close.
His name's Russ Smith. Have you guys ever heard of Russ Smith in the NBA?
Yeah, he scored 63 points, didn't he? Has the record for most in the G League.
Yeah, he scored 63 in the G League.
Yeah, exactly. Ever heard
he
him
hasn't done that. I mean, if he consistently scored 50, I mean, that's when you take note. Right?
I'm pretty sure his page said he averaged 30 points in the G League one year. You can score and you can't do other shit and you don't make the NBA. I don't really worry about scoring. McBride actually dominates the ball, which I respect. Like McBride actually gets offenses in motion. He's practicing point guard skills while he's down there. I totally understand that. Speaking
of offensive in motion, how about this? We actually were swinging the ball around the perimeter last game. Did you see they had a 3-on-2 fast break. IQ to Randle. Randle back to IQ. IQ goes up for the layup, but they covered it, so he kicked it out to the wing for a 3-pointer in transition.
Yeah.
Dirty stuff.
It's the Knicks play the Spurs and then move the ball kind of like the Spurs for one game.
Yeah. That's what I like, man. So, hey, if McBride can learn some of that in the G League and bring it up, like, let's go. Like, because he's a decent passer. I think you're right, though. He is on the ball kind of heavy.
Yeah, I mean, that's what he did at West Virginia. He's just been a point guard his whole career. Yeah. He has a good shot. If that man could keep 40% from 3 and then work his way up.
Good additions, man.
Yeah, I mean, McBride and IQ is a small backcourt, but
yeah, it's small, but you can put in Grimes and you can do some other taller lineups too.
And McBride is a great defender. I actually don't know why he even goes to the G League. Like, I get he needs playing time. I get he needs. I understand that, but like he should just get minutes.
Where? Tibbs is not going to put someone out there who can't execute. He's just not going to put him. Listen,
he can't execute. He gets overly feisty because he doesn't get minutes, and then he overcommits on defense, and then he gets mad, even though he's the fucking best defender out there half the time. In the 4 minutes he plays, he's like, I'm going to get a steal. I'm going to try for a block.
That's a lot. That's a lot to unpack.
Think about it. When he's out there a lot of the times with Kevin Knox, Jericho Sims, Dwayne Grimes, who is a really good defender.
He just got to start. Don't act like that. He just got to start not too long ago.
fly back later on in the day, right? That's technically not part of it. Because I'm not, if I go to
All
New York
right,
City,
I see
I'm
what
also
you mean.
staying there half the time. I'm
I
just
see
doing
what you mean.
the plane versus the train ticket, how much it costs to get in. I'll get a 1 beer and 1 meal at both places, and we'll
Okay.
compare and contrast.
All right, that sounds reasonable.
I can't wait for this pod. This is gonna be a great one, actually.
It's going to be great for pricing. Maybe James Dolan will lower his pricing like 1.001%.
You saw he just got declined in the courts. He was trying to get the insurance to pay like 1 point something billion dollars for losses from COVID, but the courts are like, no.
I hate rich people. It's like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a bit ridiculous.
Think of all the things that you go about your day that you think James Dolan would sue for. He might sue for me saying that. And I have no money.
I don't know. I don't get in a lot of suing situations, but I don't know. I don't have $1 billion, so
That's true.
Before we wrap this up, I just want to know if you guys are excited to see Frank Ntilikina tonight.
I was literally about to ask that because of Sinister Knicks posting this.
No, bro. Okay. Frank, somebody said, and I'm sure it's a 10-year-old on Twitter, somebody said Frank is going to lock up IQ, and we baby IQ but didn't baby Frank. Whatever, man. Frank cannot guard IQ, and we know
Frank Ntilikina can't hit an open three at all,
bro. And I like the guy. Like, I'm sure if we could hang out and like go fishing and talk about
it's not
Belgium or something, I don't know, but he'd be fun to have a pickup game with. But if I want to win a championship,
he can get 8 minutes on my team.
Bro,
that's it.
He doesn't
he
even
can
get
play like 8 minutes.
He doesn't even get 8 minutes in Dallas, man.
Nah, he averages like 12 or 13 minutes a game.
He's averaging that? Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, well, first of all, COVID. That's a thing that people have to keep missing time for.
I like to imagine Mark Cuban watches the draft every year, and when the Knicks pick, he's like, "Oh, I can't wait to get that guy."
We all make these jokes, but the Mavericks, since we've been making these jokes, have had better records than the Knicks, and also they have one of the best 5 to 10 players in the NBA, and we don't. So
I don't care. They still are in Dallas.
But what is the thought process behind Ntilikina being able to lock up Frank? Ntilikina being able to lock up IQ. How is that even a thing?
I don't know.
Did we all not see this dude just he had this weird aura, like he's a defensive stopper, he's a defensive genius at the age of 18 or 19 when we drafted him? Did we not all see this man multiple times during his Knicks tenure do this, run past people, and then get the foul call because he did this, but angled his arm a little bit and then hit the guy anyway? Also, I'm sweating right now. Look at that. That is how you get into a podcast, baby.
I want to see our Frenchman versus their Frenchman. That's the matchup I want.
They wouldn't even cover each other. They wouldn't cover each other.
They could. Frank is tall enough to cover Evan, but
yeah, but he's gonna go out there. He's gonna be like, "Oh, I should cover RJ. I'm the best defender." And then, oh shit,
RJ would toast him. It wouldn't even be. That would be a gift if they put Frank on RJ.
Listen, you got to think that they're going to put Frank out there thinking he knows the Knicks schemes, though. So he might have a little upper hand.
Now, they have Tim Hardaway Jr. I think Theo Pinson knows more about our offense than Frank does, honestly.
Yeah, 100%.
Seriously, I don't.
No, this is going to be an easy win, bro.
Frank Ntilikina is 11 minutes a game. I'm not going to say it's going to be an easy win. I actually think we're going to lose because we beat Dallas both times last year, and I don't think that's sustainable. Dallas is too good of a team for us to just randomly have a 3-game win streak.
Easy win. I'm telling you, easy win. You want to know why? Because I think so. That's why.
All right. So anyway, the line's 2.5, or the Mavericks by 2 or 2.5. I forgot. Last thing I'm going to ask you, Burt, though. We'll make a pick for it because I like doing this because it doesn't actually mean we go against the Knicks.
No.
The over-under is only 205.5 points because they're both slower-paced teams with okay defenses. The Mavs actually have a really good defense. We have an okay defense.
I'll take the over, 205. I'll take the over. Why not?
Yeah, let's go. I'll take the under then. You want to put a little $5 on it? We can both legally bet where we're at?
Yeah. I'll take that. 205 over.
Let's go. 205 under. I love air shake.
Can we get a virtual shake on this, boys?
Let's go. I love it. And with that horrendous air shake, That's all we got for the Big Knick Energy podcast. Burt, any last words?
Let's go. Nah, baby, just keep that energy up. Let's go. Let's go.
And any other BS breaking news you got that we actually saw 2 hours ago?
This podcast was brought to you by Burt's Mustache.
Thank you.
All right, and on a more serious note, Empire Original Designs, find them at jointheempire.com. The East Coast #1 challenge coin manufacturer, the home of challenge coins, lapels, pins, patches, keychains, bottle openers, and more. Mention our podcast, Big Knick Energy, via email for 5% off purchases. Once again, that's at jointheempire.com. Go to Prize Picks as well. They're a new affiliate of ours. The promo code is BKE. It doubles your payout for the first-time users. Download Prize Picks. You can use it in New York. It's not in Connecticut or New Jersey yet. I don't know why. I try to reach out to them. I'll get back to you on that. You pick over-unders for 5 different players' points in multiple sports. You get at least 4 right, you get your money. You make money. If you get all 5 right, you 10x your money. 10x your money is where I like it at. Grant Cardone, baby. Peace. BKE is the promo code.